those two
No.
go? Nobody knew what.
Why is
I
there?
rode with Ventura, and guess
yes,
what we
ma'am.
found? We found it empty. There's
Hey,
no
how
one
you
in
doing?
there. Ventura took me back to Forum. I got kicked out of Ventura's car.
Pretty good.
Hopped in the
Pretty good
Lambo.
on the Parole because
Arnie
Why are
and
there
Rory.
like why are there
Your
12
Honor,
cops?
very briefly, we have a few pieces of evidence we like to
Hopped in
highlight.
and ran away. And
Oh, Your Honor, we're debating if he wants
Um,
to weigh this Fifth Amendment real quick.
they wanna hit him with
That's
the
fine. They'll highlight evidence and why you
like
determine
apparently
that. Okay?
Arnie and Courtney
And
broken
also,
Parole
Jimbo
or something.
disclosed
Okay,
And he was
so
just
helping them.
he was- they
very
were on
quickly,
bail.
we would
So
like to
he's hitting with
highlight
he's
the
like,
signs
"Yeah,
of
trying to
forced
hit him with
entry
that."
I
Oh
didn't
my God, it's so
um,
loud here. I'm sorry.
on Mario Mercer's car to articulate the joyriding that happened after the fact that they stole Officer Miller's car. We also have inside of Ventura's statement that he recognized both of the individuals unmasked, Arnold Carl and Courtney Garcia, who
This
are
is
the
where your
parole
tax
violators.
money.
I don't know what that guy's does.
Miller also articulates that his vehicle was stolen within his own statement.
Maybe it's best to just keep my Fifth Amendment right. I don't know. 'Cause I mean, I did help.
This might be
her
cool.
run away, you know.
Uh,
At the end of the day, we were getting chased. No, he's-
And so, and then at the end of it, we would also like to articulate in
What the fuck is
Ventura's
happening
statement,
here?
we have been able to identify as Courtney Garcia being in the passenger seat for the entirety of the pursuit, and then eventually at the end of it fleeing on foot. All of which are part of a parole violation.
What did you talking about?
Okay. Does the prosecution rest?
I'm resting. Feel pretty good right now.
I'd like to point out that Jeff is also very disappointed in his father. I'd like the court to know that.
And
Understood.
the prosecution rests.
If only you were here to hear it.
Do you want to go up there?
Okay.
do you-
Tony, Alejandro, you guys determined
No.
if,
You dumb fucks are
Raccoon
not gonna go
testify?
up there
I know
because
they're on parole.
Parole.
Raccoon is gonna need you guys soon, okay?
No, they were out.
Yes, sir.
You dumb fucks are gonna get chased.
One
You're
second,
gonna
Your
get
Honor.
chased because you're gonna fucking help Raccoon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I fucking
Yo, what did he say? I was laughing.
We gotta help
could
Raccoon.
not confirm whether they are-
Oh, okay. But I'm just Dale. Wait, that's you, Dale. You're Dale.
That's a bit of a gamble.
Did
for
you
to
find
push
that?
it that bad.
I mean, I wouldn't have known. I can't I never saw Arnie. Yeah, I was telling you the fucking lie.
I just wanted to snort your bell.
Oh, I said Arnie. We're running.
Oh,
God.
oh my goggles fogging up. I'm gonna take off my goggles real quick. They're fogging up.
Oh, that was a good one, bro.
They're not even on bail. They're on parole.
Yeah, because you learn about it afterwards. It doesn't matter.
Oh, God, you're a funny guy.
Well, okay, then that's a problem.
What do you think?
It's the more I go.
Yo, what the fuck?
Fuck that. I don't know. If we call you up, they might open up more issues.
Oh my God.
I don't know if it's worth the gamble or not. At this moment, they didn't know.
Alright.
Why don't? Can we call like one of the officer that talked out the bail conditions because he's referencing a closed docket post. I'm interested to see why he's
Closed
doing
docket or not, it doesn't matter. They're saying
It doesn't
parole
matter.
is-
They're just saying it's
parole
all
is
the
part of
same
act.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
all the same thing. Parole is within the umbrella of this because
Yeah,
once
then
bail
why-
happens, that's the thing. They don't define a cutoff after bail.
But then, if it still applies, why did he close the docket?
It doesn't matter if he closed it or not.
But
Because he's
What?
still under parole, serving the time for the original crime. That's his argument on the stand right now. That's why he rejected. That's why he rejected
What's the aiding
motion.
and abetting? Like, what is the actual charge? Like, what does it say, bro?
Felony
They said
obstruction
someone
is
who's
basically an upgraded
wanted.
felony. Yeah, that's what I'm. That's
These
what I'm
motherfuckers
saying.
are on parole. How are they wanted? If they're wanted, how are they
Yeah.
out walking? It doesn't make sense, man. Am I stupid? Maybe I'm just stupid. This shit is above my fucking knowledge.
Wait,
I'm
no, they're
rookie.
not wanted.
if if
Who's
he
just
told
picking and
you
choosing what part of the law is fucking getting
Wait.
like held?
Who's facing this parole thing?
Okay,
Just
so
go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
TLDR, we obviously killed the cop, right?
Your Honor, unless Alejandro has this
Sorry,
witness,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I
So
what?
think
we
I'm
get
ready
2
to
years
move on to
in
highlighting evidence.
and 4 years of parole.
Okay, Raccoon's gonna be involved in
So
this with
the whole
them,
debate
right?
right now
Yeah.
is that that they tried to argue before the court even started is
Alejandro, you
like the
good to move
way
into
aid and abetting is
highlighting of
worded
evidence?
in the
Yes, Your
charges,
Honor.
whatever, is like
Okay.
you can
Then
only aid and
highlight
abet
away.
by
Who though? Who's in question?
okay, so Arnie and Courtney
I'm Jonathan.
were unmasked. Oh, Jonathan and Dale. Okay, no, Arnie and Courtney, who are not here currently, were unmasked doing
This is
crime,
about
like
behind
dumbasses.
evidence.
But like that's a whole different
Oh
story.
yeah, sure.
And then Raccoon was helping them.
So I guess a lot of things that were kind of highlighted for this is one.
But the thing
let's look at
is,
the charge directly. Certain
what
things
they're arguing
aren't really
is
meant
that
as
they're
far
wanted for a
as
hag,
the
which is
part
what
of
aid and abetting
knowingly aid
normally
or
is.
assist a person. They have no way to prove that.
But they've already served
Raccoon
their
was
2
knowingly
years in
assist
prison.
somebody who was
How much is their parole time?
quote unquote violating
4
parole.
years.
For him,
Let me take a look.
all he knew was he felony obstruction, but he did not know the conditions or the information surrounding this. Secondly, the highlight to really help with this first point is the fact that on the docket itself,
Wait, this is not
they
aiding
weren't
and
found to be in,
abetting.
violation of parole. There was
That's what we're saying.
no way knowing for Raccoon to understand that he was helping somebody that was violating parole or who he was helping with to begin with until it was much later on.
Literally by the wording
Third
on
point is
aid and
that on
abetting,
the same
says,
docket posting regarding bail for
this
not bail,
includes,
but
but
parole
is
for
not
the same
limited to providing
crime,
a
is that somebody else was
residence for
I'm
the
going to
wanted
tell you
person.
why, because the fucking
a
dumb
non-violent
fucks in the
crime, which is what
judiciary,
we're dealing with
they
right
didn't
now.
actually write precedent,
And
common
we're
law
not determined to
properly.
be in
The
violation
only
of
way
parole.
for it to apply is the exact same thing that happened to Barry has to happen in this
Based
case
on
for
this,
it to be
based on what was
applicable.
already done for another defendant on this case, and what
So-
was not proven as far as
I
knowingly
mean, I
as
guess we'll
aid or
see,
assisting these
because
people,
it seems like this fucking
that
judge
are
is favoring
quote unquote
towards
alleged to vote, not
it
vote,
being aid
but
and abetting. So
violating
far.
their
The fact that he even allowed this court case to happen.
their parole. It doesn't meet the bar for this charge. These guys weren't even wanted.
How did they?
These arrests weren't even put out when Raccoon was arrested.
Then these fucking clown cops.
There
are
is
like,
addition
no
to that,
way they're using this.
In the second
I don't know
point, somebody
why.
was actually one of the defendants were
He's
actually caught
fucking tilting the shit out of me too.
were given charges and were still not found in a parole violation. These two that are outstanding with search warrants haven't been caught yet and haven't been determined. Nothing evidence determined it's actually them, besides a chance encounter with seeing their face. But aside from
Allegedly seeing the face.
seeing their face, there's nothing really as far as evidence to place them at the scene of the crime, or have they been caught yet and found guilty of those crimes. And of course, they haven't been found to determine parole violation or to have violated the parole at the time of this crime. So based on that, and what
I can't wait to be a lawyer again.
the evidence that are on the table, the bar for specifically the aiding and abetting a hag charge hasn't been met, based on lack of proof that he knew he was helping them, the fact that they couldn't prove that you guys were wanted at the time, and of course they weren't found in. They haven't been determined to be in parole violation yet, especially the fact that somebody else was charged with a crime that was not found in parole violation. So
help someone with a warrant. Where is it? How is it aiding and abetting? Bro, this shit is so.
I'm highlighting. I gotta. Something's buzzing in my head.
Apologies. Are we having closings right now?
No, I'm just highlighting all the stuff.
That was like.
Yeah.
It was on the line, but
You seem to think everything is funny, huh, officer?
Didn't somebody get smoked? Why are you guys laughing?
What? Like,
let's just not argue back
Jesus,
and forth with each
true.
other if we want to get out here quickly.
Bro got his head blown off.
Okay. Both sides want a closing, or can I go deliberate?
I'm pretty confident that the defense just did their closing, and I'm very confident in the prosecution's highlighting of evidence, and the narrative's proven that we're good to rest, Your Honor.
Okay. Right. I will go deliberate. Like I said, the First thing I will be determining is if there was a parole violation.
Heinous in the under
and
the
if that is
heinous
the case,
act
then I will move on to the aiding and abetting. If I do
guideline.
not find a parole
What the hell
violation,
is this charge?
then
Heinous
aiding and abetting
act
will be
guideline.
thrown out.
What the
I'll
fuck
enter
is
into the end
this?
as soon as I can.
They don't got like a back.
I'm Jonathan.
What?
So
Bro,
Hey,
what?
Jonathan.
This
Kinda
includes
awkward,
what?
just
Wait,
Mr. Ventura.
under the heinous
Ventura.
act guidelines?
Mr. Ventura.
Used to be like a back office
What?
kind of deal.
Jimbo left me chained to this fucking table. Is there any chance I could get this shit undone?
Raccoon,
I
are
don't
you
think you're
fucking-
chained, but I think
You're
will
so
get
dumb.
being a judicial proceeding if you leave.
Knowingly
I'm not
aids
leaving,
Sandwiches
bro.
out
or
there, bro.
assists
I'm not-
a
I don't think
person
you're chained, I think.
wanted for offenses
You are
listed
so fucking dumb.
under the heinous
running.
act guideline. So I think
not
what
running,
that
bro, it's
means
fine.
is oh my god.
Yeah, I know you are.
God, I'd hate to have to
So-
lead that gang.
I mean,
I know. What? There's nothing to. Bro, you are sorry.
Hey, how you doing, Opal?
Hey,
honestly
Mr.
make
Mayor,
it so
this
hard.
is Inauguration Protection Detail number
Yeah.
54. Calling to ask if there's anyone that you think is gonna give this trouble, give us trouble, give you trouble, and we're gonna keep an eye on.
It's possible. How about yeah? Well, I mean, I'll bring the squad. I'm at a bench trial right now, but I'm gonna leave in about 10 minutes. Do you want to drive me?
Yes, sure. We'll come pick you up.
All right, easy. All right.
Sounds
what's
good.
happening?
We'll head that way.
All right.
Is
Bye.
it over?
Yeah, bye bye.
No, it's about to be the final hearing in a sec.
You fucking
Oh, okay.
And the judge comes
failed me.
We lost, right? You think we lost?
Oh, you didn't actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not. It's not
I
looking
think
good.
they identified us pretty good in
Failed
that
me today.
situation.
Don't ask me, man. I'm in a gang with it.
Bro,
yeah,
I know
I'm in a
Arnie,
gang
and he
with
would
it.
totally wear a mask.
Oh yeah. So would Courtney.
Yeah.
He's always masked up.
Okay, but actually though, how did Flippy not get a fucking parole violation for criminal use?
That's the thing. That's what I'm pointing out. I was like, look, somebody else got charged from this, and
Wait,
weren't found in parole violation.
Tony,
You guys
are
did
they
not.
giving him trying to give him aiding and abetting?
Yes.
Yeah, they're trying to give me aiding and
Well,
abetting.
how is this even?
Falconer-
Why did they even listen to this court case?
Well, that's a very good question, Mr.
That's
Mayor.
not even applicable. Number one, if they rule in favor, this guy, that justice would need to be impeached because these dumb fucks cannot. This can't. They're proving that they never wrote common law, right? Number two,
I
like
think Gates
you
did,
can't
right?
get this charge. Like it literally shows a case law in plain writing. This never should have seen the light of court.
You end up FTOing more than I do.
There's no debate here. Did they hit you with anything else?
Just the
Resisting
usual stuff.
arrest.
And honestly, you guys made valid points because like these fucking clowns are saying that like they can determine whether something is breaking parole or not, but like they thought I broke parole yesterday, and guess what? I'm still out in the fucking streets right now.
The thing is, I'm
Exactly.
pretty sure Falconer's gonna rule in their favor. He kind of gave him an easy llama.
I mean, this dumb fuck, the fact that he even let this court case go through, you already knew you lost. To be honest, there was no winning after he even let the court case go through.
I motion dismissed it too because I was like, bro, like this hasn't been determined to be true yet. They haven't even caught these guys.
They closed the
Ah,
docket
shame.
posting for this thing, and now they want to reopen it.
Bro, it's rough because it's like we're playing in Narnia land. I don't think he's gonna rule in their favor. That'd be so
Well, that's the
cooked.
thing, right? Like he also doesn't. He didn't even apply a cutoff for this.
I'm trying to like unpack this.
They served their time. They're on parole. But he was like, well, because bail ended, this applies vacuously because
Need
it only
City.
says once it's
How do you?
applied.
There's no
cutoff,
way.
Like after serving time.
It hurts my head because
But
it's
if he
like
thought all this stuff about aiding and abetting
It's all
applies,
games.
Why did he close the docket posting?
For bail? Well, bail's separate. The parole.
like
is actually
common
enough
sense
to
gets
actually
thrown out the
follow.
window. So like this charge never should have even been
I see
accepted.
your point on why
There's
you
nothing to
close bail,
listen
but at
to.
this
It's
point, once
literally
you determine once bail is
it's
started,
common law.
Pretty much the marathon for the tag charge applies.
You can't just make broad
Yeah, you should be
stroking
waiting
things
until
out of
once that phase is
out
over,
of
that's
of a
when
precedent of a case.
is his
Precedent is
When do
if
these
A, B, C,
docket
D.
posts get closed? When the person serves the time.
Okay. Precedence is saying that based on A, B, C, D, E, and F, this charge is applicable due to these constitutional and judicial reasons, right? And then that becomes precedence. In other words, that if the same situation were to happen again to another set of parties, it is precedential and in turn becomes common law. It doesn't open the door for broad, sort of broad determinations.
You ain't gonna get fined because your bitch ass is running out to get found guilty.
But even then, it doesn't make any sense because they're on parole. So they're not wanted.
I'm sorry, that's what the charge in the penal code says.
Well, what they're on parole, what Falconer argued was the fact that, which is why I kind of like thought this was cooked, because he was like, well, they're on parole for a hag charge and they're still serving time for the hag charge, so therefore they're abating.
First off, he shouldn't be saying that. That
he said it on
I recognize it. I mean, it doesn't mean it should be happening.
Yeah, I know.
But the chart, even if we go with this like bastardized sort of thing, hold on, where's the charge? It says here, knowingly aids or assists a person wanted for offenses. They're not wanted. There's no warrant.
You're making too much sense, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah,
that's why I said, I was like, it's unreasonable to prove. They didn't even prove that a raccoon knowingly did this because they weren't even found in a parole violation at the time of this crime.
No, where's the proof that it took place? If there was proof, they'd have a warrant. If they can't produce a warrant, that means they don't believe themselves that anything wrong happened.
Yeah, they rushed the warrant.
They bring the entire fucking department down. What is this?
But the weird thing is that the parole violation hasn't even been determined. So how can you be helping someone who broke the parole? It's impossible.
Yeah. Well, Grayson said that Falconer can decide that during deliberation. So Falconer will either determine that they did or didn't. But it's I don't know. It's kind of cooked.
But
The law doesn't matter is the problem that continues to happen. It's
in time to know whether they broke the parole. In the moment, they hadn't broken the parole. Full stop.
May he rest in peace.
Well, anyway, I think Falconer has a weird reading of this charge. This should be appealable.
Oh, 100%.
Nobody fucking know what a moment of silence means. God damn.
I don't know. It's weird times.
Weird times. Exactly.
That's why I was kind of worried that Grayson didn't take this and it ended up being Falconer taking it instead.
I don't think he's. I would like to believe that Falk is not cooked enough to determine this to be reasonable. So.
Well, he did a very strange ruling now, the dismissal.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dismissal stuff I'm not very confident of after you said
All right,
that.
so Flip. I want to get out of here. Where the fuck is that car?
Oh my god.
This motherfucker just sit there in front.
Akun, I cannot believe.
I really just was not paying attention. I'm just gonna go to jail.
I think one of the justice. I think that might be the only justice. I'm ready to roll out. Rulings going to be any second now.
Okay, sure.
You excited for those rocket launches?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm gonna charge you specifically every time.
That's just not real, bro. I can't surprise myself.
You're paying for their charges.
Yes, EJ.
Why would I pay for their charges?
Because you are doing
something
something.
while they're not here. Let me.
It's
talk
state
some
property.
shit, bro.
State property.
How stupid you gotta be to be on parole, facing.
Opal looks
4
so
years
sick right now.
and go and sit in a cop car in front of some cops.
That sounds valid to me.
Yeah. I feel like they're good Samaritans.
Stupid you gotta be to do that without a mask.
What the fuck are you guys wearing?
What?
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Dale.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Ow, I'm
Deserve-
sorry. Man, you're gonna expose my identity, man. What the hell?
They're not stupid.
Thanks.
Maybe you're the stupid
I
one
am
for
so
helping.
sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's all good.
Damn, shit, you got it like that.
Yeah.
My fault.
Yep. Well, just in case one day I'm gonna get caught.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
You were never
Assassin
anywhere,
game?
so you're a pussy. Oh yeah, of course, yes sir, yes sir.
Man, I think you won this for sure.
Oh yeah,
Your
you
lawyer
won this,
cooked.
bro.
Your lawyer is out of this world.
Oh, he's out.
I don't think
outrageously
Faulkner is gonna. I don't think that's too many degrees of cooked, because it's too many degrees of cooked for that to be reasonable. How would it? The fact that this is even seeing the light of day of court is kind of strange. I guess you could make an argument, but why would you make that argument in a bench trial? What the fuck? But knowingly aids or assists a person wanted, so no one's wanted.
I think he's losing it.
Rebuke their actions.
What a chill time.
How could you put yourself in this situation?
My continued annoyance with these cases is that plain English, plain clear in English, is just, listen, being a lawyer, you got to lean on technicalities, right? And then reference the spirit of what is written. But it's even like but I don't know what happened.
Hey,
oh, here we go.
You gotta get an orange jumpsuit after this.
There's no way. I don't think he's gonna.
Wait, what happened?
It's gonna be so satisfying when this is a not guilty because I said not to push the charge.
What? It's because you got common sense, Opal. I mean, it's like
So,
in plain English. You know what I mean?
It's not common sense, sir. It's just reading comprehension.
So first we
Yep.
need to start with the
Very true.
alleged parole violations. Did Arnold Carl and Courtney Garcia violate their parole?
We don't
Part of
know.
their parole is the addition to not break the law, not commit any crime.
They haven't been.
We have multiple witness statements of Ventura, Jimbo, Miller, Brandy Lynn, all identifying Arnie on scene without a mask, and I believe.
But it's not his bench trial, and now he's conflicted.
Brandy Lynn doesn't identify Courtney, but Ventura does. So we can determine that at least Arnold Carl did violate his parole. By getting into Lucas Miller's police vehicle and stealing it because it is not reasonable.
Who made the ruling it's violated?
Keys to a police car.
Rumor has it they left the keys.
Now,
Wait,
when
who's
it
the
comes to Mr. Garcia? It's slightly more difficult.
Wait,
Sounds like a good
the
guy.
parole
However, given the
bail officer is Jeff
testimony by
Boyardee.
Ventura, as
There,
well
Jeff
as,
Boyardee, is Jeff Boyardee even up there?
The identification with no mask and him being seen getting into
Oh, Bruce
the
Collins.
police vehicle that Arnie stole. It's determined that Courtney has also violated his parole. So now we move into the aiding and abetting a hag offence. Did Raccoon commit this crime beyond a reasonable doubt?
And he's the judge. He's
So,
conflicted.
When it comes to the idea
Oh,
of
never mind.
stealing a police car not being a hag offence, the idea of them, the Tony put forward without them having served the time in jail. Yes, they have served their time in jail. Yes, stealing a police car is not a hag offence, but they are clearly still on the parole that they agreed to in their plea deals. And the parole is still part of the sentence. It's still part of the punishment. When it comes to the aiding and abetting a hag offence, it came as a result of people, of one, harbouring a fugitive, not fitting the things that were happening, and that being people avoiding the consequences or punishment that comes from the crimes that they committed. It came from Sean McQuillan fleeing from the courtroom after he had been found guilty.
I don't agree with the
and
parole,
avoiding his
but
prison
thi-
sentence
if
and any parole
this is
that
going to be
came
not
with it.
guilty.
The argument of, well, they hadn't officially violated the bail.
But we've already
sorry,
said
not the
due
bail, the
process
parole
doesn't
at
count
the time,
one time so far. So.
because the judge hadn't ruled on it. I think can be valid in some instances, but in an instance where people are actively being chased for the alleged violation in the moment, I don't
Good.
think it holds up. You know, if these people get chased and no one helps them, and people help them, but no one gets caught, then that argument may hold up, given that there's nothing to be determined immediately in the moment, and it could all be done after.
Yeah,
the
'cause
fact
they're not
with
wanted.
Official rulings as such being had. Now we heard testimony from Ventura, and it was not rebutted to at all that Ventura informed Raccoon that Courtney and Arnie were currently violating their parole. We also have the testimony from Jimbo that Raccoon knew it was Arnie by him saying multiple times, "Run, Arnie." Now, obviously, Arnie could refer to someone else, but in terms of a reasonable doubt, we do not believe that it is referring to anyone but Arnold Carl in this instance.
Anyone got food back here?
So
None of these things are
Raccoon will
relevant.
be found
Yeah.
guilty of aiding and abetting a hag offense. Now, as the judge who set the time and fine for that, it was initially set at 500 months and $100,000 fine. However, given the, I guess the moment in which this occurred in the general timeline.
Did they
from
say guilty?
requesting bail for the hag charge, getting found guilty, and then being on parole, a lot of the punishment has been had for these individuals, and in this sense, Raccoon was not helping them avoid the full consequence, but only partially. So I will be reducing the time and fine for this. I will be reducing it to 150 months and a $50,000 fine.
This
And that is the
DOJ is
ruling of this court.
absolutely in need of help.
He made it sound like he wasn't going to be
I'm not
guilty up
ducking.
until
I'm
the
not
very
ducking.
end.
Are you surprised? I'm not surprised.
All right.
Hey, man, we're
Ready to
good.
go?
Mr. Mayor, we really gotta go. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
let's go.
No.
Not bad.
All
One
right.
second with my lawyers, real quick, before y'all.
Hey, it's Mango Mondays, man. Go enjoy that Bolingbrook, all right? It's Mango Mondays.
You can have 1 second with your lawyers, yeah.
Alright, come here.
Ah.
Look, I got found guilty. What is the appeal of me yelling?
Holy, I don't think. Yeah,
Are you gonna
yeah,
be taking your
yeah.
own vehicle, Mr. Mayor?
I'll come with you. You know, just in case.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Bye.
You excited for who do you think's gonna win up north?
Up north?
Mm-hmm.
Party bangs.
I think the fact that the vote is no longer split, you no longer have to choose between north or south vote, I think that is what is gonna make Morty win.
Same Z.
This, I am genuinely just like, oh my lord. I feel like I have to be retarded to understand how the fuck that happened. Yeah. I am absolutely bewildered. Skipping due process. Let's go through it. Skipping due process. Acknowledging that the precedent was never precedent for the previous trial. And then even the writing that is in the charge is entirely ignored based on its writing. And effectively in the moment reinterpreted almost as if, yes, this is my conclusion. Now let me find some bullshit reason as to why it's true. There was no logic. There was no logic to that. It wasn't a logical deduction. It was an emotional response. And, you know, I kind of like, it doesn't make any sense. Law should be logical, not illogical. It's crazy. Oh shit, I gotta grab my things. I feel like I want to see, I feel like there needs to be like a